What's up? We got Supergirl Season 1, Episode 10, Childish Things. So this episode starts off with a prison guard going to a cell, and that guard immediately gets killed, and then this guy starts killing other guys with a yo-yo. He kills one guy, then kills the other, then kills the other. It's a prison massacre. So that's Kako. So then we see Kara and John, Supergirl Martian Manhunter, flying around, and he's like, this isn't about spectacular. This is about you training on how to use your powers. And so she's like, what? You could be like that all the time. And he's like, they need Hank Henshaw more than they need Sean Jones. And she's like, it took her when she started finally becoming Supergirl, she finally felt what it's like to be a hero. And he's like, that's you, not him. So that's Kako. At Kako, we see Lucy being interviewed by Kat for a job. And Lucy's saying about how she wants to take the job and she wants to be closer to James, and she's asking James his opinion, and he's like, take the job. And that's basically the entire episode. She keeps asking him, he keeps saying take the job, and then she starts saying more stuff about how she wants to work for badass women instead of men, and he keeps saying take the job, and she's like, I don't need your opinion. So what is the whole point? So we learned that Winslow shot Sr., Winn's dad, who was the guy who has broken out of prison, and he killed those guys at the beginning of the episode, and Winn is being interviewed by an agent, He's being interviewed by an agent who, and he basically lies to her, and she says about, Kara says about how when he was 11, his dad killed people because he was a nice, normal dad, but then he snapped one day because he was a nice, normal dad, loving his son, loving his wife, but then one day he snapped because his boss stole his toy design, and that caused him to want to get revenge on his boss. But the assistant, he put a bomb in a present, and his assistant opened it, killing the assistant and killing like a bunch of people, and his dad went to jail. And ever since then, Winn has hated his dad but Winn's dad has also hated his boss for stealing his childhood away from him, which is a pretty interesting thing that. So after discovering what James brought them, the DEO have decided to bring Jones, Alex. Alex decides to trick Maxwell into going on a date with her, so then Jean can switch into his form and open the door, and one of the guards comes in, and he's like, she's a Code Phoenix. He's like, do you know what Code Phoenix is? And attacks him, and he's like, who are you? And he's like, someone you won't remember. So Jean messes with this guy's mind, making me. So he's like, I'll come back for you. He promises. For some reason, her eyes were open. But when they discover that guy, he has no idea who his wife and kids are. He doesn't even remember last year. So John basically wiped this guy's mind. So John basically wiped this guy's mind. So yeah, so now Max is now the real Max. Well, Lord, they switched between. This is what's weird about the CBS is that they switch between Max Lord and Maxwell Lord. Keep if you want to call him Maxwell Lord, fine, but keep it as that. Don't. Sometimes they say it's Maxwell. It's a Maxwell Lord, and he's like, or sometimes they're saying, I'm gonna take down Max Lord. She's like, keep. Yeah, I keep. If you're gonna change the name, then I keep the name the same. But anyway, so yeah, so Kara tags along with Winn, and he meets with his dad, and he says about how his greatest creation was Winn, about how he and Winn are going. But then the FBI show up. And he's like, no! And he's like, put your hands up. And he's like, Winn, how could you? And guns start firing. But somehow, Winn's dad turns into glass. I don't know how he was able to make a glass version and make it talk and all that. So, yeah. So, Winn starts saying about how Kara doesn't need him, and about how Kara could have done if Supergirl's suit sucked, and Kara, I don't get what he meant by that, but he was saying about how Kara wouldn't have needed, would still be able to do what she do without him, and so yeah. But then a little later, he kissed her. So yeah, So Kara's like, I know you. So later, Kara's like, I know you love your son, but you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. And he said, I do what I do because of my son. So yeah. So he's like, you better not lose your laser eyes, because if you use them, the quicksand is gonna keep going down. So yeah, deal with that, Supergirl. So, yeah, but, yeah. So, yeah, so his dad kidnapped Winn and is like, hey, Winn, here's what my plan is. You're going to take this gun, shoot his former boss, and if you don't shoot his former boss, he's going to release, there's bombs on, like 1,000 presidents in that convention that the boss is performing at. And he's like, there's like thousands of people, and he's like, I know, and if we go prisoner or escape, at least we be together. So Winn doesn't do it. He's like, he tells the FBI try to shoot Winn, but Kara's able to block the bullets. I don't know if they're FBI. I know the creator of Riverdale is one of the writers on this episode, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, so they will stop all the bombs, and Winn's dad is arrested. I guess we never see him again after this episode, but I'm guessing he's arrested. I have no idea. So that was yeah. And that was season 3 episode. That was season 1 episode 10. That was season 1 episode 10. Childish thing. That was a good episode. We're finally done with the really trifecta episode of Supergirl, and now Supergirl, Arrow, and Flash are all caught up with each other over their 10th episodes. We're also starting Legends of Tomorrow after we review Flash and Arrow. It starts Legends, which I'm excited to review because I love Legends. It's a great show. And So, yeah. Also, again, thank you for Jason Hall. He's probably going to comment on this video. But anyway, as I always say, see you next. I'll see you next time for some more Supergirl.